The Flavour of Lent. The daily readings at this time of the liturgical year are from the oldest books, from the prophets. We read from the prophets in the weeks approaching Christmas too, but those scriptures are full of rejoicing and happiness. The scriptural passages used in Lent are not. An entirely different tone, storytelling, allegorical, engaging, easy to grasp and understand. Hear the moral of the story. Hold and repeat. The Gospels are from all the writers, giving account of the acts against Jesus by the leaders of the Jewish community, the leaders of the temple, as they became more threatened by Jesus' teaching, his power, his miracles. The Pharisees and the high priests tried to test Jesus, to show him as lacking true knowledge of the faith. He is but a carpenter's son, meaning this impudent, filthy, itinerant, uneducated thing is coming into my temple to teach? Who does he think he is? We'll definitely have to put him in his place, publicly and with force. The tests included when Jesus cured a blind man on the Sabbath, a test to see if he would violate the prohibition against lifting or doing any work on the Sabbath. Jesus mixed his spit with dirt, created mud, and spread the mud on the blind man's eyes, and instructed the man to wash in a specific pool. And as soon as he washed, he could see. Was it breaking the Sabbath to do as my Father commands me? Christ responded when questioned. In the other Gospels, Jesus asks, is it better to save a man on the Sabbath than to let him die for want of breaking the Sabbath? The Pharisees excommunicated the now cited man for allowing Jesus to perform the miracle on him. He became one of the very early Christians. Another test was the adulterous woman of the Gospel last week. The Pharisees brought the woman to Jesus, who had been caught in the illicit act. Teacher, they called out to him, this woman has committed adultery. Moses' law prescribes stoning for this. What should we do with her? Noting again the laws call for no punishment against the man, for just as Eve drew Adam into sin in Eden, the law attributes all sin to the woman, and men are blameless. Jesus bent down and started to write in the dirt, but said in a clear but quiet voice, let the first one among you who is without sin be the first to cast a stone. In response, they went away one by one by one, beginning with the elders. When it was just Jesus alone with the woman, he said to her, Woman, where are they? Has no one condemned you? She replied, No one, sir. Then Jesus said, Neither do I condemn you. Go and do not sin any more. This, of course, truly pissed off the Jewish powers. This was one of his final non-miraculous acts before the final betrayal, just over a week away. The Pharisees and high priests cared not about the people, cared little about the liturgical value of the Sabbath, but cared only for the fees they collected for the violations by the people, lessened by Jesus. He showed publicly the forgiveness of God was free. It was based in love, and proved this via displays of his and the Father's power, and before the eyes of the people. So in the eyes of the Pharisees and elders, he had to die. And he knew every day how much shorter his time was, but he continued to do the Father's work, and loving and saving the people despite his approaching murder. But for those of us who have only read the Sunday scriptures, the readings and gospels, for these many years, these acts and betrayals by the community are lost or unknown, or known from reading the Bible, but not connected logically in time as they are now from the daily readings. I hope and pray that all those of you who are only Sunday worshippers, that you will vow to do 1 year, Pentecost to Pentecost, of daily readings. Learn of your faith. It is so very beautiful. And it will prove that we can still be taught. Blessings be upon all of you, and may the peace of the Lord be upon you this Holy Week.